Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Tonight we will hear from our Royal Rumble winners, CM Punk and Jade Cargill, respectively. In our main event tonight, tensions are at a boiling point. After weeks of chaos and blindside attacks, Damian Priest finally gets his shot at payback against Bron Breakker. And with no disqualifications, nothing's holding these two back tonight. After weeks of Ludwig Kaiser's arrogance and brutal assaults on R-Truth, Sami Zayn finally gets his shot. A hardcore championship match where he plans to teach Kaiser a lesson and walk out the new hardcore champion. The New Day, embracing a darker edge, challenge the dominant War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championship. Can they overcome the Warriors and reclaim tag team glory tonight? And what began as a heated rivalry between Sol Ruca and Liv Morgan has exploded into a tag team showdown, with Tiffany Stratton backing Liv and the righteous Zariah standing by Sol Ruca's side tonight. The Men's Royal Rumble winner, CM Punk, makes his way to the ring to kick off the show, and you can feel the electricity in the air. Punk thanks the fans for their support that powered his Royal Rumble win and his dream to main event WrestleMania. He announces he'll challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, seeking redemption after falling short against Finn Balor last month. The new World Heavyweight Champion Gunther interrupts CM Punk, stepping out with confidence and dominance. He tells Punk to chase the undisputed WWE title instead, reminding him that he has no intention of losing, and that their head-to-head record is firmly in his favor. But here comes the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and JD McDonough storm the ring, ambushing both Gunther and CM Punk in a ruthless assault. Balor makes his message clear. He's not finished with the World Heavyweight Championship and demands a rematch to reclaim what he lost.
The following hardcore match, scheduled for one fall, is for the Hardcore Championship.
Sami Zayn makes his way to the ring, fueled by weeks of frustration and fire after enduring Ludwig Kaiser's arrogance and his vicious attacks on R-Truth. Tonight, Zayn is ready to turn that anger into action and finally claim the Hardcore Championship. Ludwig Kaiser heads to the ring with confidence, ready to prove his superiority over Sami Zayn and cement himself as the rightful Hardcore Champion. Focused and methodical, Kaiser plans to punish Zayn and make him regret ever challenging his dominance.
The following hardcore match, scheduled for one fall, is for the Hardcore Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn. And his opponent. From Hanover, Germany, weighing in at 220 pounds, representing Imperium, he is the Hardcore Champion, Ludwig Kaiser.
The crowd is electric as the referee raises the Hardcore Championship high. And with Kaiser and Zayn locking eyes, the bell rings to start this intense title clash. Kaiser wastes no time, locking Zayn in a figure-4 leg lock to wear him down early. But Zayn smartly reverses the pressure to force the break. Zayn then springs off the ropes with incredible agility, nailing Kaiser with a spectacular springboard DDT. Kaiser counters in an instant, taking Zayn down with explosive precision. He unleashes a flurry of vicious punches, punishing Zayn with pure aggression and control. Zayn fights back with desperation before Kaiser can inflict serious damage with a sledgehammer. He unleashes a furious barrage of strikes and attacks at ringside, turning the tide and regaining control of the match. Kaiser battles back with fierce determination, refusing to let his Hardcore Championship slip away. With ruthless precision, he regains control of the match and begins to dominate Zayn once again. Kaiser swings for a devastating kick, but Zayn narrowly evades just in time. Seizing the opening, Zayn fires back with a burst of energy, taking Kaiser down hard with a powerful clothesline. Zayn heads to ringside and pulls a ladder from beneath the ring, but Kaiser reacts quickly, yanking the ladder away and smashing it into Zayn before tossing him back into the ring. Kaiser locks in the figure-4 leg lock once again, determined to wear down Zayn's legs and break his resistance. Zayn cries out in pain but refuses to give up, clawing his way to a reversal and turning the pressure back on Kaiser, forcing him to release the hold. Zayn catches Kaiser off guard and drills him with a crushing blue thunderbomb before going for the pin.
Here is your winner and new Hardcore Champion, Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn defies the odds, overcoming Ludwig Kaiser's technical mastery in an all-out war. With heart, resilience, and determination, Zayn captures the Hardcore Championship, etching his name in history. Women's Royal Rumble winner Jade Cargill strides to the ring with a microphone, ready to address the WWE Universe. Jade Cargill enters the ring, thanking fans for their support and the trust from the WWE management. With WrestleMania ahead, she faces a major decision: challenge Io Sky for the Women's World Championship or Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky approaches the ring, interrupting Jade Cargill. Sky warns Cargill that her best chance at glory is to challenge Becky Lynch, not her. Jade Cargill throws down a challenge to the arrogant Io Sky on the spot, but Io refuses and walks out of the ring, leaving the challenge unanswered. Sky walking out on Cargill's impromptu challenge leaves the WWE Universe with more questions. And who will the Royal Rumble winner choose to face at WrestleMania?
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley. Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence makes their way to the ring, with Jacy Jayne leading her new crew alongside Fallon Henley. Jayne is determined to rebuild her momentum after dismantling Toxic Attraction and take the women's tag team division by storm.
And their opponents. The team of Maxine Dupree and the Queen of Hearts Natalya. The Dungeon Dolls.
The Dungeon Dolls make their way to the ring, with Natalya leading the charge and Maxine Dupree showing the impressive improvements she's made under her mentorship. They're focused and determined, aiming for a victory to climb the ranks of the women's tag team division. The bell rings, and it's Maxine Dupree starting things off against Fallon Henley. Dupree charges in with confidence, bringing the fight to Henley right from the opening moments. She's showcasing her rapid improvement in the ring, matching Henley's aggression with her own sharp counters and determination. Henley refuses to stay down, fighting back with fiery determination and unleashing a barrage of strikes on Dupree. She then makes the smart move, tagging in Jacy Jayne to keep the pressure on the Dungeon Dolls. Dupree bounces back with a quick counter that catches Jayne off guard, shifting the momentum in her team's favor. She then tags in Natalya, and together they deliver a perfectly timed double shoulder block to flatten Jayne. Jayne reverses Natalya's attack and drives her into the corner, tagging in Henley as the duo connects with a devastating double super kick on Natalya. Henley tries to assert her dominance, but the veteran Natalya counters brilliantly, lifting her up and slamming her hard to the mat with a powerful power slam. Natalya's counter sparks a resurgence as the Dungeon Dolls seize control of the match. With momentum on their side, Dupree charges back into the action, taking the fight directly to Henley. Dupree positions herself for a decisive finish, but Henley cleverly evades the attack and rolls her up for a quick pin. The crowd erupts as Dupree powers out at a 2 count, keeping the match alive. Henley tags in Jayne, launching her into the ring with precision onto Dupree. Jayne knocks Natalya off the apron and sending her crashing to ringside. With Natalya down at ringside, Jayne lands a devastating spinning elbow on Dupree. She quickly goes for the cover.
Here are your winners, Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley. Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence secures the victory, gaining momentum and giving Jacy Jayne's fortunes a much-needed boost. It's a promising start for her new crew as they make their mark in the women's tag team division.
The following tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Tag Team Championship.
The New Day make their entrance, eyes locked on the prize as their chance to reclaim the World Tag Team Championship has finally arrived. After advancing through the #1 Contenders Tournament, they step into this match with a darker edge and a ruthless determination to take down the War Raiders and regain tag team gold. The War Raiders make their way to the ring, ready to defend their tag team gold with the same honor and power that have defined their reign. But tonight, they face a hungry, veteran New Day team. Desperate, determined, and willing to do anything to reclaim the championships.
The following tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. Weighing in at a combined weight of 417 pounds, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, The New Day. And their opponents. Weighing in at a combined weight of 552 pounds, they are the World Tag Team Champions, Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders.
The atmosphere is electric as anticipation builds for this World Tag Team Championship clash between the War Raiders and the New Day. The referee signals for the bell, and the battle for tag team supremacy is officially underway. Eric and Xavier Woods start things off, and the powerhouse Eric wastes no time asserting his dominance. He punishes Woods with heavy strikes and raw strength, reminding everyone why the War Raiders are the reigning champions. However, Woods refuses to be outshined, firing back with quick strikes before tagging in Kofi Kingston. The New Day then works in perfect tandem, using their teamwork to take down the powerhouse Eric together. Eric powers out of harm's way and unleashes his fury on Kingston, turning the tide back in his favor. As Eric and Kingston clash in the ring, chaos erupts at ringside with Ivar and Woods brawling fiercely outside. The Creed brothers storm the ring out of nowhere, launching a brutal assault on both the War Raiders and the New Day. Chaos erupts as the referee calls for the bell, declaring the match a no contest.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Townsville, Australia, Zarya.
The righteous Zarya makes her entrance, her presence commanding respect as she steps into this heated tag team battle. Having come to Sol Ruka's aid against Liv Morgan's ruthless assault, Zarya now finds herself fully entangled in this fierce rivalry.
Next, from Ontario, California, Sol Ruka.
Here comes Sol Ruka, determined and focused as she heads to the ring to join her partner for tonight, the righteous Zarya. After weeks of being outnumbered by Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, Sol finally has backup and is ready to even the odds tonight.
And their opponents. First, from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Here comes Tiffany Stratton, entering the match with confidence. Together with Liv Morgan, they're looking to make a statement tonight by punishing Sol Ruka and Zarya in this heated tag team showdown.
Next, from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
Here comes Liv Morgan, oozing confidence as she makes her way to the ring. Liv's bitter rivalry with Sol Ruka has intensified in recent weeks, and with Tiffany Stratton by her side, she's ready to make Sol and Zarya regret ever stepping in her way. Zarya and Tiffany Stratton begin the match for their teams as the crowd eagerly watches on. Stratton wastes no time asserting herself, launching into offense to wear Zarya down from the opening moments. Zarya refuses to be overpowered by Stratton's early aggression. She fires back with fierce determination. She turns the tide of the match, landing a series of punishing strikes that leave Stratton reeling. Zarya locks Stratton in a tight submission hold, looking to make her tap out. But Liv Morgan rushes in to break it up just in time. Zarya retaliates by hoisting Morgan onto her shoulders and dropping her hard to the mat with the F6. Before she can recover, Stratton catches her off guard with a thunderous Alabama slam and goes for the pin. But Sol Ruka dives in to break it up. Zarya powers through Stratton's offense, completely turning the tide and dominating the match with her strength and intensity. She then charges forward and drills Stratton with a devastating spear that nearly cuts her in half. With Morgan knocked off the apron to ringside, Zarya tags Sol Ruka back into the match to keep the momentum rolling. Sol Ruka hoists Tiffany Stratton to her feet and delivers a flawless soul catcher, stunning the crowd. She immediately goes for the pin.
Here are your winners, Sol Ruka and Zarya.
Sol Ruka secures the victory for her team, standing tall after a hard-fought battle. With this win, she hopes to send a clear message in her pursuit of championship gold, despite Liv Morgan's relentless attempts to derail her rise.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Benue State, Nigeria, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews.
Here comes the Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews, ready to prove why he's one of the most dynamic competitors in WWE. With Sheamus waiting as his next challenger, Crews looks to sharpen his edge tonight against the always dangerous Johnny Gargano.
And his opponent. Representing DIY, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, he is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano makes his way to the ring, eyes locked on the Intercontinental Champion, ready to make a statement tonight. A win over Apollo Crews could catapult Gargano right into title contention and remind everyone why he's one of the best pure wrestlers in WWE. The bell rings and both men explode into action, trading holds and counters in a lightning-fast exchange. Every move is met with precision and evasion, as Crews and Gargano showcase their technical mastery. The pace is relentless, with neither man able to gain a lasting advantage in the early moments of this contest. Gargano turns the momentum in his favor with a sharp counter, taking full control of the pace. The challenger is outpacing the Intercontinental Champion, hitting him with a barrage of precise strikes. Gargano connects clean with a stunning super kick that echoes through the arena. He quickly hooks the leg for the pin. Crews shows his resilience, kicking out at 2 to stay alive in the match. Crews is feeling the momentum shift as he scales the top turnbuckle, taking a huge risk as he soars through the air with a frog splash on Gargano. He hooks the leg for the pin, but Gargano kicks out at 2, keeping his hopes alive in this intense matchup. Crews is in full control now, unleashing a relentless wave of offense that keeps Gargano completely on the defensive. Every strike, every slam carries the force of a champion proving a point. He grabs Gargano from behind and launches him with a thunderous German suplex, and then another. Crews doesn't let go, completing the trifecta with a third German suplex, sending Gargano to Suplex City. Crews plants Gargano with a devastating spine buster that shakes the entire ring before hooking the leg for the pin. Somehow, Gargano digs deep and kicks out, refusing to stay down. Crews hoists Gargano up for a military press slam, showcasing his incredible strength. But Gargano slips free at the last second and rolls him up for a surprise pin attempt. Crews powers out and immediately reverses into a pin of his own.
Here is your winner, Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews secures the victory, showcasing his skill and readiness ahead of bigger challenges. But Sheamus emerges, locking eyes with Crews and vowing to capture the Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber to finally complete his Grand Slam.
The following no-holds-barred match is scheduled for one fall. There will be no count-out, no disqualification, and no holds barred. Introducing first. From Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, he is the badass, Bron Breakker.
Here comes Bron Breakker, making his way to the ring with intensity and focus after an impressive showing in the Men's Royal Rumble. After weeks of brutal confrontations with Damian Priest, Breakker is ready to take control and settle the score once and for all.
And his opponent. From New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest.
And here comes Damian Priest, striding to the ring with intensity and determination etched across his face, every step radiating purpose. After weeks of chaos, ambushes, and brutal altercations with Bron Breakker, Priest is more than ready to finally settle the score once and for all in this no-holds-barred showdown. The bell rings and Damian Priest explodes out of the gate, charging at Bron Breakker with relentless aggression. He's determined to assert his dominance early, punishing Breakker for weeks of attacks and sending a clear message that he's not backing down. Breakker refuses to stay down, countering Priest's offense with sheer power and determination. The match turns into a thrilling back-and-forth battle, with neither superstar able to maintain control for long. Priest gains momentum, hoisting Breakker high and crashing him down with a devastating elevated flatliner. He quickly goes for the pin, but Breakker digs deep and kicks out just in time to stay alive. Priest swings a steel chair with full force. Taking advantage of the no disqualification stipulation, he sets up for the South of Heaven. But Breakker counters just in time, escaping the devastating move. As Priest rises, Breakker charges and delivers a massive spear. He goes for the pin. But Priest kicks out at 2. Breakker relentlessly presses the attack, unleashing a series of punishing moves that keep Priest reeling. Every strike and slam demonstrates his power and determination to dominate this no disqualification match. Breakker climbs the top turnbuckle, aiming for a high-risk move. But Priest narrowly evades, letting Breakker crash hard onto the mat. Seizing the opportunity, Priest grabs Breakker by the throat and delivers a devastating South of Heaven. He hooks the leg for the pin, yet Breakker miraculously kicks out at the very last moment, keeping the match alive. Breakker storms back into control, whipping Priest into the corner before springing off the middle rope with a crushing bulldog. The momentum firmly on his side, he sets up a table in the ring. With raw power and precision, Breakker hoists Priest high and slams him through the table with a devastating powerbomb, leaving the crowd in awe. Breakker dominates the match, lifting Priest and driving him down with a punishing double knee gutbuster. He stalks his opponent, then charges in with a devastating spear before going for the pin to try and seal the victory.
Here is your winner, Bron Breakker.
Bron Breakker wins the match, building on his Royal Rumble performance and gaining significant momentum toward a future title opportunity. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.